We are here.
Let him cook now.
We are here. Live in the flesh. What is up, gang? Chapter 1140, official reaction. Official chapter. Shout out to 3-Day Trip, guys. I'm unsure if I could put the chapter on screen, because I do know you could do that as long as the chapter's been out for a week, but I don't know how soon exactly. And like, we can't do it during the TCB and Ragnarok scans, the OP scans releases. We can't do it because it's early. So chat, maybe we could test it, okay? Maybe we could roll the dice and see if I could put the actual chapter on screen without us immediately getting knocked offline, all right? Let's cross our fingers. OP Fanatic says, what's good? OP Fanatic, he says, let me pull it up right here. I could stream Viz. All right. We should be able to stream. And guys, this is going to be a great stream. This is going to be a great stream. Young Usopp, welcome back, brother. Guys, how we doing? This is going to be a great stream, okay? So we actually were able to digest this chapter for a few days. The whole Saint Summers situation, Saint Keatingham, however you want to pronounce it, you know, the Holy Knights showing up. We're actually able to digest it, you know, instead of being so reactionary with the TCB and the OP scans. So I hope you guys have done a lot of research.
Let him cook.
I hope you guys have been cooking some theories.
Let him cook now.
And it's even more important now because the official translations reign supreme. Like, if we're going to read TCB, OP scans, Ragnarok scans, which, by the way, like, thank God they do what they do. They put in a lot of work week in and week out. But if we're going to read something there and it's not present in the official translations, that's kind of dangerous for theory crafting, right? So at the end of the day, we all need the official translations. But of course, life would be pure suffering if we didn't have people like OP Fanatic, OP Scans. Life would be pure suffering, all right? So that's what we are here to do today, guys. That is what we're here to do. Give me 1 second. So yeah, what I'm thinking, guys, because as you guys know, right, we've only done like 2 or 3 streams open mic, right? We've only done 2 or 3 streams open mic. And I recall before we started doing it that I want to make sure we have the best format possible, because some people love the open mics. Some people don't really like the open mics. Some people want one person at a time talking to me. Some people want a whole bunch of people talking to me. Everyone wants different things. So that's why I said, like, over the course of the past few weeks, I got to find the best format to do it with, right? So we're going to keep experimenting. We're going to keep trying to figure out what the best format is. Because, you know, a lot of people did request the open mics, right? A lot of you do love it. But then there are some people that are like, bro, I came to this stream to hear you, Evil. I don't want to hear L. I don't want to hear Smokey. So it's like, you know, I gotta cater as best as I can to the community. I want to make it the best content possible for everybody. So I was thinking, like, what if we just had a goal? Like, maybe today we could have like a super chat donation goal. And when we hit the goal, boom, we'll do the open mic. Let me know if you guys like that idea, right? Because if we're able to hit that goal, then that clearly shows the community wants to do open mic. And if you guys don't know what the open mic is, it basically means that anyone that watches the stream can get into voice chat with me on stream and talk about 1140 and their theories. And of course, guys, if we do the open mic, please try to have like your dialogue and stuff pertain to the chapter. Okay, don't join the Discord, right? Don't join the open mic and say, hey, Evil, what do you think about Jews? Okay, we're not doing that, okay? We're not doing that. We're not here to talk about Jews. We're here to talk about 1140, all right? H, what's good, brother? Smokey, the one and only Smokey Gabong, Pervy Sage, PPP, 3-Day, what's good? OP Fanatic, Simon, welcome back, bro. There's always gray areas when it's made free to the public. Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna roll the dice. How about that? We're gonna roll the dice. Whatever happens, happens. But yeah, I'm glad to see you guys here. Guys, let's just have like Javi Berg, welcome in, brother. Blackbeard Propagandist was good. Michelangelo was good, bro. Guys, let's just have like a chill, laid back stream. Let's not like start arguing over stuff. Let's not start triggering each other. Guys, let's have a laid back stream. I just got back from mass. It was chef's kiss. I just got back from mass. I feel so refreshed. Like every week I'm like carrying all these burdens. I'm carrying all these sins. I am sick and I'm filthy. Then boom, when Sunday rolls around, it's like, all right, boom, let me get up in the morning, make myself a cup of coffee, go to mass and just be cleansed of all my impurities, you know? Not all of them, but it's so refreshing. Like going to church is like, to me, is like the spiritual version. I told this to my girl earlier. I was like, it's literally the spiritual version of being like so sweaty, dirty, filthy, just completely disgusting, and then taking that steaming cold or steaming hot shower, all the most beautiful like body wash fragrances, just being so clean, washing your hair, and then you leave the shower and you feel like you could just take on the world. That's what it feels like. Amazing. How we doing, guys? Vincent, what's good, brother? We got Big Mo. Hey, I heard that the anime isn't returning for another 6 weeks, dude. Another 6 weeks, bro. 6 weeks. I forgot the anime existed. Like, I don't even watch the anime to begin with. Like, is that bad? Is that bad? Like, I don't even care for the anime. I'm telling you, when I ended up dropping One Piece for literally like 3 years, it was in Dressrosa. From that point on, I told myself I was just not going to bother anymore. Like, obviously, we were doing reactions, anime reactions around like chapter 1044. I don't even remember what episode that's supposed to be, but we did do a few there, but like, I can't do it, bro. Like, I can't, like, Shueisha, or not Shueisha, well, I guess Shueisha too, but Toei just dragging it on. And it's like, oh, well, we're going to see Shanks this chapter. It's like, all right, we're going to see Shanks. This is going to be one good episode. Then it's going to go back to like mid, right? Mid.
Let him cook.
Right? Wong Woki with the 10. Thank you, brother. God bless you. Cleanliness is next to godliness, or so they say, like a hot or cold shower depending on the day. Yo, that is pure facts. Cause when I take a shower, right, what I do, I got a whole system, bro. Cause I like to be organized. I like to stay on the schedule. Bro, when I take a shower, boom, steaming hot. I'm talking like melt my skin off hot. I'm talking like depths of hell hot, even though we're not rocking with hell, right? But nah, just a steaming hot shower, scrub, whatever. Then the last half, ice cold. Cause bro, if you go look up the benefits of like really hot water, like a hot shower and then a cold shower, there are so many benefits from like either one. So I always do half and half. And it's so, bro, it's like if you were starving and then you had like the most delicious meal. That's what it's like. And you know what? Church, mass is spiritual food. All the hymns today were so beautiful. Just so amazing. We read through 1 Samuel, 1 Corinthians, the Gospel of Luke, Sermon on the Mount, some good spiritual food. It's just so lovely. Recited the Apostles' Creed. I like literally every week I'm looking forward to mass. It's just, I love it, bro. I love it. And I'm so happy about that because, you know, like I wouldn't want to be in a position where it's like, I am like it feels like a chore, you know? Nobody wants to have like their spiritual life feel like a chore. That's really bad. That's dangerous. But I'm going on a rant. I'm going on a tangent. We haven't even begun. We haven't even begun this. Oh yeah, Smokey. I don't know if you caught it, guys. I don't even know if did I even point this out, guys. From now on, guys, if you donate.
Simon tipped $2. Yo, check Discord posted a meme.
God bless you, Simon. That was the announcement. So 2 announcements. 1, I fixed the message in chat. You guys could see it in the chat right now from Stream Elements, and you can see it on my screen. I fixed it so it posts the message. I had like I mistyped something. That's 1. And 2, if you guys donate through Stream Elements, you're getting the text to speech. All right. Yo, this might be the worst decision in the world. Please don't let L know about this, because if he knows about this, he's gonna switch to Stream Elements and he's gonna be Saint Charlos, Mr. 3. Hey, Eddie's glazing Zorro. It's gonna be the worst decision of my life. But let's look at Discord. Thank you, Simon. Let's look at Discord. What did this man, what did he post? Oh no. Oh no. What is this? Mihawk, the greatest swordsman of all time, doesn't have toilet paper in his house. He doesn't need any. He's coated in conquerors. Where is the toilet paper located?
Young Smokey, $17 tip, $99. Hi, hello, Ola, waving, saying Teddy D. Charles Morley III.
The hundo! The hundo! The hundo! The hundo, Wokey! He doesn't need to. He's literally... Yo, who is the NPC, the bot, the drone, the libtard that made this meme? He doesn't need to. He's literally coated in conquerors. He literally cut a glacier in half at Marineford. You're gonna sit there and tell me he needs to wipe? No. Nah, bro, nah. Bidet? No. Washcloth? Wait, who the... Bro, no way. No way someone on planet Earth would release their waist and grab a washcloth. This has to be against like the Geneva Convention or something. This has to be like a war crime. What? Yo, I'm calling out anyone in chat that does this. No way a human on planet Earth would use the bathroom and then turn around and grab a wash. What? That wouldn't even feel good. Let alone, dude, that's disgusting. I'm not gonna lie, that is so gross. Bro, he coats and conquers. His mini knife. Since we just confirmed Mihawk wipes with his knife, Zoro lost the poo knife.
Oh my god.
Sanji would never. Sanji supremacy. You're telling me Zoro lost to a poop knife? Are you serious? Bro, what's with this music? I feel like it's like 2006. I'm like watching like a Minecraft tutorial, like a Modern Warfare 2 tutorial. Got this music in the background, like this dreamscape. What is this music, bro? I'm like watching I'm watching a Modern Warfare 2 glitch, how to glitch outside the map, how to like boost and light up in the sky. You got someone pulling out Notepad on their PC and they're typing like 2 characters a second. Zoro did not lose the poo knife, bro. Yes, he's my GOAT. Meanwhile, on Team Sanji, oh, it's just straight underage girls, guys. We gotta end the meme here, end the clip here. There's gonna be 16-year-olds everywhere.
None.
Very last because life without you ain't nothing but a living death. Gosh. Can you remember the rain? Can you remember the rain?
Okay, okay, fine. This edit's kind of hard. This Sanji edit goes hard. I'm not gonna lie. Alright, guys, W meme or L meme? W meme or L meme from the boy Simon? We gonna give it a W or are we gonna give it an L? Because, you know, being the Zoro supporter that I am, I gotta give it an L. But like, come on, this Sanji edit was fire, bro.
Can you remember the rain?
Look at that blue flame. Yo, the color correction in the Sanji edit goes hard. I'm not gonna lie. Look at this color. Look at the color correction with the blue flame. Okay, that goes hard. That goes hard. Thank you for sharing that, Simon, and thank you for the super chat, my boy. God bless you, Simon. And of course, Wong Woki with the $100 dono on stream. Elements. He said hi, hello, hola, Saint Eddie D. Charlos Morley the Third. You know what? If you're gonna drop a 100 bomb, Smokey, to say that, then fine. I accept it. I accept it. I accept it. I accept it. All right, guys, this is the moment of truth. We're gonna try to put the chapter on screen. OP Fanatic said I'm good. 3-day trip said that it should be personal use. Guys, if we get nuked offline, I don't know what we're gonna do. Well, I'll see if it'll let me go live again. Cross your fingers we don't get spanked by Shueisha right now. All right. Thank you so much, Smokey, bro. $100 dono. 100 bomb. God bless the boy. Chapter 1140 Scopper Gaban. Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage Volume 26. Ulti, if anything happens to Pepe, I'll hunt you to the depths of hell and beat you to death. Okay, so this is already different. I figured she was talking about Pepe, right? This is different from the TCB scans, OP scans, whatever. I forgot what they put. I think they put like Petty, like Petty or Petey or something like that. And I figured she was talking about Pepe, but I guess this is good clarification. I guess not much to say. I mean, this cover story's kind of mid. This cover story's kind of poo-poo. Before we start, I think I found the symbol of the Holy Knights, chapter 219, page 6, St. Brice. All right, let post Vincent, copy that, highlight your message, copy it, and then I want you to paste it in like 15 minutes. All right, guys, page 1. No pun intended. No pun intended. Get it, guys. She's telling her, or she's telling Who's Who to not harm page 1. Time to start the chapter at page 1. You get it. Page 1.
Let him cook now.
Page 1 on the cover, and then page 1 of the. Forget it. All right. How come we have to take the key from you? Just give it, Surya. What is the meaning of this? What's wrong? Can't do it. Okay, so he's testing them. Hey, Eric. Smokey Gabong is testing their gangster. Okay, that's it. Luffy, my dad used to be a pirate. He can even hold his own against the Elbaf warriors. Okay, this is generally the same. Okay, and of course, what's good, RT? It's good, Elsa. Welcome back. Vswa was good, brother. 3-day trip said if they do that, they should give you a few minutes to take it down while they have a placeholder up. All right, I think we'll be good. As long as you guys keep typing in chat. Guys, just keep typing random stuff in chat, because that lets me know the stream hasn't gotten knocked offline. As long as you guys keep doing that, we'll be good. Right? We'll be good. Wong Woki with the cool 10. Thank you, brother. God bless you, Smokey. Thank you, brother. Lucas, Grenath, what's good? Simon, welcome in, brother. Smokey, God bless you, man. He says, with the $10 super, St. Brice was the ship that fell from the sky. Vincent is on the right track. Post that again later, Vincent. He may be onto the symbol. Another reminder. Yeah, actually, I saw that on Discord. I don't remember who it was. Someone on my Discord. And I don't even remember if they pinged me or not. Maybe it was Lucas. Maybe it was SL. I don't remember who it was on Discord, what it was. But I saw someone on my server. They posted St. Brice. Remember, you guys, I think it was the ship that was flying up. You guys remember when your Rouge, he was on a ship and he got sucked up into the air onto like a ball? I think that ship had a similar symbol to the icon we see on Saint Summer's left elbow. I don't remember who it was that posted that though. But Smokey, thank you for the super chat, brother. Okay, Luffy's going for the key, and of course this is not an actual battle, so everyone that was anti-Luffy has taken a fat L. Like all these people during the short summary, during the hints, trying to say that like oh, Luffy fell off. Luffy's a fraud. Luffy got nerfed for Sanji's sake. Scopper Gabon over Luffy. Scopper Gabon over Kaido. You see how, like, you see how being reactionary just backfires. Come to find out, Luffy didn't even fight Scopper. This is not even a fight. He didn't even use Gear 5. He didn't even throw a single punch. Swish, swish. Listen, old man, I just gotta get this key. I just want to get this key to Loki so I could go back to the feast. Just take it from me then. I will. Okay, so he reaches for the key. Scopper Gabon. Bam! This should be the hammer time. And then, of course, we see Conqueror's Haki on the key, right? Conqueror's Haki on the key. Bwah! Wait, Sir Ya. Are you kidding me, Luffy? Bro, what? Hey, Nami, how about you step up? Yeah, you step up, Nami. How about you go get the key from Smoker Gabon? Smoker Gabon. Yo, I kept saying Smoker Gabong, Smokey Gabong, that I literally unironically called him Smoker Gabon. Anyways, yo, Nami, if you're gonna sit here complaining about Luffy, why don't you get up and how about you go get the key, Nami? How about you go get the key? Rah! That's a nifty straw hat you got there. It'd look even better on you, Chat, I'm dyslexic. Chat, I can't read. I'm diabetic. It'd look better on you than that helmet, I bet. Yeah, because it's the treasure I'm holding for Shanks. Now give me that key. You're only holding on to it? He didn't give it to you? That cheapskate. Yeah, so like I remember, I think when we were reading, it might have been the long summary. When we were reading the long summary, Redon had typed that he typed the dialogue between Scopper Gabon and Luffy regarding the hat a little bit differently to make it seem like I forgot how I interpreted it, but I interpreted it differently than how I'm interpreting it now. I think like I was saying that he didn't know Shanks would have ever given him the hat or something like that. I get a totally different vibe from this thing right here. You're only holding on to it. He didn't give it to you, that cheapskate. Yeah, so he's not even aware that Shanks and Luffy have a covenant. Shanks never told Scopper, hey, there's this kid named Luffy. I'm pretty sure this dude is Nika. I'm pretty sure this dude's Joy Boy. He's holding on to my straw hat. He's holding on to Roger's hat. You know, our former captain. Yeah, he's holding on to that guy's hat. And when this kid Luffy becomes an emperor, he has to return the hat. So Rayleigh didn't even divulge any of that to Scopper, presumably, I should say. Interesting. So Shanks does talk to other characters about Luffy, but he doesn't give them the whole picture. So like Shanks probably didn't even tell Scopper, oh yeah, by the way, Luffy is Nika, or I gave him the fruit on purpose, or anything like that, you know? Wong Woki with another $10 super chat. God bless you, brother. Smokey says, Nami would just try to seduce Scopper and it would be effective since he's like Sanji. Jezebel, it works on me too. You know what? I can't even lie. I forgot that angle. Nami could have went full Jezebel mode and just completely won him over. She could have touched her shoulders and then just completely Jezebel'd Scopper into getting that key. 3-day trip says, can't stay, y'all, but let me know how it goes, Evil. Of course. Also, 3, is it okay if I link my channel, please? Of course. Of course. Guys, you should definitely subscribe to 3-day trip. Support her and her channel. She's an amazing One Piece theorist. She's been a super great helper to my community. Subscribe to the Eternal Dawn. Do that favor for me, guys. Great content. I co-sign her and her theories. She's a great helper to the Discord and our community. Go show some love, chat. You know we're all about showing love. You know that's what we're all about. We've made it through our toxicity phase, chat. We've made it through our toxic phase, our our evil phase. We're on our 333 good phase. We're on our G-triple-O-D phase. But Smokey, you're totally right, Smokey. You're totally right. Nami could have easily, just said like, "Hey, Scopper, I'll make a trade, Scopper. I'll make a trade, Scopper Gaban. If you give me that key, I'll give you my socks." Scopper Gaban would have folded. All right, anyways. No, dummy, that's not what it means. Don't call Shanks a cheapskate. You have no idea about him. Yo, how ironic. Luffy is telling Scopper, you have no idea about Shanks, when they literally were on the same crew with the Pirate King. Yo, look, see? This man Scopper can't help but just laugh. Like, oh, you're telling me I don't know Shanks. You're telling me I don't know Shanks? Really? Bwah! You like to talk, boy. Look at that goofy Luffy, bro. Goofy Luffy. Crash. Huh? Axes? Yaso Takeru. Whoa! Alright, Scopper's pulling the axes back. Look out, Luffy! See, here's the key thing, though, chat. Here's the key thing. Luffy did dodge the axes, but what is our boy Zoro doing? Deflecting. Deflecting.
Let him cook now.
Tanking the axes from a former Pirate King crewmate. You see that? Look at that. Former Pirate King crewmate getting his attacks blocked. See? That's my vice captain right there, bro. It's my vice captain right there, man. Smokey Gabong, God bless you with another super chat with the 5, brother. Thank you, man. He said Scopper is the equivalent of Shanks's uncle. If Roger is basically his father, Luffy talking kind of crazy, but that's my captain. Yeah, so Luffy's talking crazy to his uncle, pretty much. That's what you're saying. Luffy's disrespecting Unc Scopper with this talk, because he's talking crazy. Simon, Zoro did not lose to a poo knife. You know what? Sanji would lose to an Epstein flight log, and I'm just saying. But next page. Crumble. He's got a good crew. Yeah, of course. Zoro's right there. Yo, how ironic. Zoro jumps in. Hey, Luffy, watch out. Deflects an attack. What does Scopper say in response? He's got a good crew. Yeah, you know why he said that, chat? Why did he say that? Why did Scopper say that? Huh? Was it because of Nami? Come on, man. Shout out to the boy Wong Woki. Guys, again, if you guys want to join, we're going to do the open mic once we finish the chapter. Anyone could talk to me. Guys, if there's too many people in the queue, we're probably just going to have to do one-on-one conversations for like 10 or 15 minutes at a time. Because if I let 5 people get into the Discord, it's going to be chaos. Everyone's going to be talking over each other. That kind of happened before. And we're probably going to, most likely, guys, do one-on-one conversations. And to those of you that want to talk to me on stream, join the Discord, !Discord, okay? All right, so we got Road. Road is, by the way, chat, Road is so ugly, right? Can you guys agree, right? Like, is Road not one of the most, like, detestable looking characters? Like, his nose, the teeth, the hair. Road, just negative aura. He needs to go ask Zoro where he could get some aura from. Let's go, Zolo. Man, classic Viz right here, Zolo. Classic Viz. Yeah. Indeed, all in white. Yeah, so I guess Scopper knows about, all white Luffy because of the wanted posters. Because I don't think it was from Shanks. I mean, like, maybe. It's just clearly Shanks didn't tell Scopper, hey, I gave Roger's hat, our former captain's hat. I gave it to this kid named Luffy. Because, I mean, he's saying you're holding on to it. He didn't just give it to you. So he doesn't know that Shanks gave it to him. but yet he knows about All White. So Shanks probably told Scopper very minimal stuff, information about Luffy. And Scopper came to this all white conclusion because of Luffy's poster. Shout out to that boy Wong Woki. Name of the next YouTube title video: the Zoro, Zolo, and Woro conundrum and Viz. Zoro, Zolo, Woro, or Wolo, right? Zolo, Zoro, Wolo, Woro. Let that sink in. What's good, Slat Slide? How you doing, bro? Evil judges people based on looks. Wow. Negative energy. Hey. I'm saying what people are too scared to say. No, never Loro. Simon, are you trying to get yourself banned? Are you trying to get yourself, like, Leloucia'd out of here? God Valleyed? Hunting gamed? Alright, Crumble. You're gonna get it now. Pause. Pause, Zoro. What do you mean he's gonna get it? Alright, Sparkle. I yield. See? Easy Zoro W. As soon as Zoro jumps in, now Scopper Gabon yields. Crazy. Just something to think about, guys. Just something to chew on. This man, Scopper Gabon, is literally throwing named attacks at Luffy. Zoro steps up. I yield. Named attacks against Luffy. Zoro steps up. I yield. Yeah. Stop playing games with us, old man. Gah. Don't get bent out of shape. It's just a joke. You can't pass this off as a joke after you tried to kill us. And? Are you dead? The key you're after is in your possession. Ah. Ultra rare Luffy. If you didn't know this, this man is... Wait, he called him Ultra Rare Luffy. Interesting. So when Luffy's in his Nika mode, like Joy Boy mode, Nika mode, whatever, they call it Ultra Rare Luffy. Ultra Rare Luffy. If you didn't know this, this man is... Don't get ahead of yourself, Rido. Or Rodo. If Elbaf is still intact, by the time you're leaving this island, come and see me again. Alright, alright. SBS 110, do we actually know who are awakened Zoans? Conversation for later. Yup. Smokey, you did bring that up to me. We're definitely going to go over that because I do have some ideas. And we might actually, guys, we might be able to come to a conclusion today about a very big mystery and question in One Piece. All right.
Let him cook. Let him cook now.
So look forward to that. We might come to an answer. We might come to a conclusion about a really big question in One Piece today. All right, but let's continue with the chapter. Why would we do that? I never want to see you again. Yeah, you idiot. Thanks for taking us to the key, though. We'll never meet again. Wait, Shanks, what makes you think I'm going to trust this guy? Ha ha ha, good point. Do as you will with him, Gabon. Okay, so at least we know at the least Shanks did tell Scopper, like, hey, you gotta trust this kid. You gotta trust Luffy. At the minimum, right? Teacher, 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 teacher. Look, 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 look. What? What is it? Bird, 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 bird. So, you see birds all the time. It's a weird bird, bird, bird. Where? And then, of course, this is the Holy Knights. Guys, I'm really curious to see how the official translations spell their names. I'm really curious. I think it's going to be the TCB spellings. Just by looking at how TCB spelled their names. And just kind of like reading through the story, seeing like different translations for names and stuff like that. I'm guessing it's going to be TCB. At least closer to the TCB. But I don't know. I could be wrong. The Sun World. They even have a school. Served up to or served. Why can't I read? I'm dyslexic, bro. Chat, I'm dyslexic. served up to us on a platter. I'll make the call. Go ahead. And then, of course, guys, we were talking about this multiple times before. Every single time we've seen either a Gorosei member or a Holy Knight use this magic circle, this pentagram, it's always, always, always accompanied by black lightning. Okay? Every single time. When Saturn appeared, black lightning. When the 4 other Gorosei appeared, black lightning. When the Holy Knights appeared in Elbaf, black lightning. And now again, when they're summoning Summers and Kittingham, black lightning every single time. It's Conqueror's Haki. Moreover, okay, let's say you guys are like blind, right? Let's say there's a blind person watching the stream. Look, I'll put it this way. In the official translations during Egghead, there were characters looking at the arrival of the Gorosei, and they literally said, and I quote, black lightning? So there's no debate. This is black lightning. And when we see black lightning in One Piece, that's generally related not to armament, not to observation, but to Conqueror's Haki.
Let him cook.
So what does that tell you?
Let him cook now.
What does that tell you when you pack it all together? Conqueror's Haki is deeply affiliated with this pentagram powers that the Gorosei and the Holy Knights seem to have. So these guys are using a form of Haki, which is Conqueror's Haki, and they're manipulating it in order to do some type of ritual. And we do need to not jump to conclusions in the sense of, how can Gunko have Conqueror's Haki? I think we need to relax on that. Because yes, there have been characters in One Piece that have said, yeah, someone having Conqueror's Haki is like a 1 in a million. But that, first of all, that was a really generic statement. They're basically just saying like it's super rare. Second of all, Kid has Conqueror's Haki. I don't think the anime messed up with that. So if Kid has Conqueror's Haki, why would the Holy Knights not have Conqueror's Haki? They're clearly some formidable opponents. Same with the Gorosei. And fourth of all, you have to consider, look at how many characters in One Piece that we would consider as combatants that clearly don't have Conqueror's Haki. Look at them. NL. I don't think Doflamingo has Conqueror's Haki, right? Crocodile. All their subordinates. There's so many combatants in One Piece that don't have Conqueror's Haki. Then you take it a step further. How many characters, like how many people in One Piece don't have Conqueror's Haki that aren't even combatants in the first place? So yeah, you could argue that the list of Conqueror's Haki users are growing, but compare that to the whole rest of the One Piece cast that doesn't have Conqueror's Haki. You guys see what I'm getting at? There's still so many people. Think about all the fodder in One Piece where you don't even know their names. Like the thousands upon thousands of marine fodder that we don't even know their name. Shout out to Ram Wavy. And we got Wong Woki with the 10. Shout out to the boy Wong Woki. And I see that, Vincent. I think that's true, actually. But Wong Woki with the 10. God bless you, brother. Thank you for the super chat. He said, I really like the Holy Knights. Also, I want to pose a question. Gunko, a traitor revolutionary member? The glasses she has on her hat matches Sabo. Yeah, so, you know, I really do like the idea of, you know, characters and their goggles being affiliated to the Revolutionary Army. But chat, we need to be careful because that list is starting to grow. Doesn't Kid wear goggles, or am I delusional? Are we going to say that Kid is a One Piece Revolutionary Army member? We got to be careful, right? Look, this is very similar to what the Revs wear. It might not be exactly like what they wear, but it's so similar, bro. Come on, like, let's be honest. So we need to be careful. So there's this thing, Smokey, here's my thing, right? There's 2 routes we can go, Smokey, with your super chat. There's 2 routes we can go. either to like two routes in terms of responding to that super chat. Route A is we say that's parallelomania. All right. We say it's parallelmania. I think that's how we say it. Parallelmania, which parallelmania is the idea that we are looking too deeply into things and we're forcing parallels when there doesn't need to be. Parallelmania, right? An author coined that. Or we could go route B, where you actually are onto something, given that the Holy Knights are literally called knights. They have this theme of the army, right? They wear army coats. Look at how Garling dresses. Look at how Summers is dressing. Look at how Shamrock's dressing. So maybe the idea that these guys are knights, they're a part of like the Celestial Dragon army, not the Marines per se, but like the Celestial Dragon army. Maybe that could be a hint towards a Revolutionary Army connection. I'm not entirely sure. But Young Smokey, that would be pretty interesting if the Holy Knights did have a traitor. Like that to me is what sticks out. A Holy Knight traitor. Because we see traitors all over One Piece, right? We see X-Drake betraying Kaido and his crew, right? We see, or at least infiltrating. We see Straw Hats when they first join, technically betraying Luffy, turning their back on Luffy. We see Kuzan leaving the Marines as an admiral. You know, stuff like that. So a Holy Knight traitor? I don't know. But at the same time, because Smokey, we've spoken a lot about people...
L tipped $33.33. Do you think the Holy Knights will be IP there with the best villain groups? Like the Akatsuki, Phantom Troop, etc.
Shout out to the boy L with the 3333. God bless you. Thank you so much, brother. Guys, I gotta speed up. We're falling behind on super chats. Look, end of story, Smokey. I do like the idea of people betraying. All right, I do like that idea. Let's fit it for the Holy Knights. We also had another super chat from Smokey. God bless you, brother. A 20 bomb just going berserk today. Thank you so much, brother. He said, what if, I think you meant Koala. What if Koala at some point ended up having DNA being given to Saturn and Gunko is a clone of Koala? An orphan kid. Or an orphan kid. Not being around the Sun Pirates, but evil celestial dragons. Hey, that would be pretty crazy. That would be pretty crazy because, I mean, Koala, you know, we don't know a lot of her backstory, right? We don't know, like, oh, she was over here when she was this old and she was over there. Like, all we could really tell, right, is as a kid, she was picked up by Fisher Tiger, she was saved, blah, 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 blah. We don't know that much after that, and then boom, fast forward to Dressrosa, modern day One Piece, she's a Rev. So there's a huge gap in time. There's a big gap in time with Koala. And that would be pretty interesting if Gunko was related to Koala in some type of way. Cousin, sister, twin, DNA clone, something like that. That'd be cool. Versus, you know, like people are saying that Gunko is Kuina, or Gunko is Kuina's sister. Gunko is Kuina's DNA. No Kuina. Let's do Quada. Shout out to Smokey. God bless you, brother. And then of course, guys, the boy L taking advantage of the text to speech. L with the 3333. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you, L. He says, do you think the Holy Knights will be up there with the best villain groups like the Akatsuki, Phantom Troop, etc.? I hope so. And you know the Kodak Black meme? I hope so. I don't want the Holy Knights to fall off, because think about the risk of that. Oda is, what is he going to say? I've been saving the Holy Knights for the whole story and now I'm whipping them out towards the end of the story? Or is he going to take the other route and say like, oh, well, I never really planned on the Holy Knights, so I pulled them out. I just pulled them out of my hat last second. I just made it up to delay One Piece's ending. Like, because what that's still going to have to boil down to is you're adding this formidable group that serves the Gorosei, Imu, and their agenda, and then they're just not interesting. They're just kind of whack. They have no real backstory. They have no real drive. There's no dreams that they have. Their powers are boring. that would be risky, right? So I hope so, but I'm not gonna lie. I don't think, and this is just my opinion, L. I don't think, like when One Piece is all said and done, I don't think that I'm gonna enjoy the Holy Knights more than the Gorosei. I think I'm gonna end up favoring the Gorosei, being that we've seen them since Jaya. How many arcs do we end in One Piece where the camera pans to Marijois, Room of Authority? They're talking about Luffy. They're talking about the Alabasta situation. They're talking about Gecko Moria. They're talking about Post Marineford. Like, they've been built up, serving Emu. You know, the closest people to Emu. Like, that to me right there, the Gorosei, that's Phantom Troop. That's Akatsuki. But Holy Knights, that feels... I feel like the Holy Knights can only be secondary. I'm not gonna lie. Even if the Holy Knights end up really cool, I think that they will always be secondary to the Gorosei. Let me know what you guys think, though. I do like that, Wizdro. Revs versus Revolutionaries. I mean, Revs versus Revolutionaries. Holy Knights versus Revs. Look, what, Wizdro, you just made me say something stupid.
Oh my God.
Revs versus Revolutionaries. You mean Revs versus Holy Knights. But shout out to that boy L with the 3333. God bless you, brother. I'm glad to see you, L. L, I hope you're doing great, bro. Smokey just going absolute bonkers on super chats today. Thank you both. Y'all are amazing. And of course, guys, if you want to have your super chat read out, text to speech, you got to use Stream Elements because I can't do that on super chats. All right, so text to speech is Stream Elements. Let's continue. Black Lightning. All right, fine. I'm willing to go. Just give me a minute. Where are we leaving from? Where's the abyss? Okay, so these guys don't even know where they're getting. Yo, could you imagine, like, let me word it this way. Could you guys imagine, like, you were a holy knight or something, and, like, you were on your honeymoon with your wife and husband, your fiance, if you guys are reading in between the lines. You're you know, you're putting work in, right? And then out of nowhere, Gonko calls you up. Gonko summons you to Elbaf, and now you're at the beginning of, like, a war zone. Like, bro, I can't even blame Saint Somers for being like this. Like, in his boxers in a tank. Bro, they're literally just getting called up out of nowhere. And I actually want to compare. Isn't Somers... Oh, this is literally in the middle between TCB and OP scans. I think it's more closer to TCB, though. They put an O instead of U because TCB, they put SUMMERS. So Saint Somers and Killingham. Guys, Saint Killingham. This is obviously a play on the Keating, right? The Keating. This is obviously a play on the Keating, okay? Let me find a better picture. Maybe like, yeah, maybe this will be a decent one. So his name is Keatingham as a play on the Keating. If that's not obvious to you guys, I don't know what to tell you. But it's kind of interesting that, like, that's his name, though. Was he, like, born with the fruit? That's like calling Luffy Rubber Boy. Like, his literal name,
Young
Rubber.
Smokey $17 tipped $20. Save for later. I know Sir Killingham has a gas mask because of the Celestial in One Piece, but I wanna prove Toriyama and Order friendship. Order has a chibi character with a fish head. Toriyama uses a lab coat and gas mask.
Yeah, see, this is totally off topic, but look, see, guys, when you use Stream Elements, you have way more space to type something out than super chats. Look at how fat that message was. But Smokey, I could help you, bro. Let me help prove your case real quick. Here, you're gonna pass me. You're gonna pass me the ball, alley-oop, right? And I'm gonna dunk this. You ready? Let me show you something. Because you said, and I quote, I want to prove Toriyama and Oda for. Oh no, you said Toriyama. I thought you said Kishimoto. Oh, dude. Cause Kishimoto, this is from an interview. He said made me think how amazing it was to work alongside with someone like him, Oda. When Oda-san is finished with the series, I hope I could do something with him and enjoy life together. Like, this sounds like they're best friends, but you weren't talking about Kishimoto, you were talking about Toriyama. Okay, what I will say is, didn't Oda once comment on the fact that he looks up to Kishimoto? I mean, I keep saying Kishimoto. Toriyama? I'm pretty sure Oda has said that. Oda, Kishimoto, inspiration. I'm pretty sure he said he looked up. Oda found both a friend and direct competitor in the form of not Kishimoto. Bro, I typed Kishimoto again. Dude, chat. I'm mentally ill. Toriyama. It is a widely known fact that both Oda, the creator of One Piece, and Kishimoto, the creator of Naruto manga, were influenced by Toriyama's epic creation Dragon Ball. Bro, come on. They had to have known each other by the time he passed away. Come on, bro. Surely Oda and Toriyama cross paths. Come on. There's no way these two haven't spoken before. No shot. He 1000% at the minimum, Toriyama knew of Oda. So I guess the question is, were they friends? Yeah, look at this. Oda was so invested into Dragon Ball that he decorated the space above his workbench with Toriyama's signature. Yeah, bro. Man, don't even worry, bro. These guys were friends, bro. They were friends, bro. They had to have spoken together for sure. They definitely spoke. Oda probably got that signature from Toriyama himself. But yeah, shout out to Smokey with that dono. Yeah, lab coat and a gas mask. Yeah. I mean, it's like a mix, right? Because we can see on Saint Killingham's head, you have the classic celestial dragon bubble, right? That we see at Shabandi. But then as you said, Smokey, he has like a gas mask there. So, yeah. And Smokey with the 10. Just going bonkers. God bless you, Smokey. Smokey says Toriyama was Oda Sensei's teacher. He was inspired by Dragon Ball. He based a lot of One Piece characters on DBZ, for sure. Oda has openly spoke about how he's inspired. And another 10. Bro, Smokey is just going absolute bonkers today. Smokey, you are going insane with the super chats, dude. Going insane. God bless you. Thank you times 10 million, brother. He says, look at Toriyama's avatar. It's literally, it's different than Oda's, and he has a guy in a gas mask. Toriyama avatar. So you think that when he made Saint Killingham, he took some inspiration? Yeah, this is like the what do you call it? Like the plague doctor mask. And shout out to Eric Hernandez. One Piece and DBZ collabed on a special issue. I do remember that, actually. I forgot about that, but you reminded me. Shout out to Eric. But yeah, this is like a plague doctor. I actually didn't know this was his avatar. That's crazy. That's his avatar? Really? So we could go like this. Saint Killingham. Yeah, it's like double. It's like one per nostril, right? One per nostril. Yeah, it's like this. Look at the, I don't know what to call it. The tube, like the little tube with the opening right here. You see the little tube? It's like the same. Interesting. Shout out to the boy Woki. Shout out to Woki Gabong. All right. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you, Smokey, for your great theories, your thoughts, your takes, and the supers, brother. Another one. Another one. God bless you, Smokey. Another super, a 5. Thank you, brother. This gas mask, Oda and Toriyama all connect back to the avatar of Toriyama for the orphan in a gas mask. So are you saying that Killingham was an orphan? This guy, he was an orphan and they picked him up? He was an orphan celestial dragon? His parents died at Marineford? Or not Marineford, I'm sorry, God Valley? The orphan came from Carmel's house. Just like the celestial, or I'm sorry, just like Cypher Pole. The sheep's house. Remember? The sheep's house. Why won't the picture open? Oh, there it is. Look. These are Cypher Pole agents. Look at his long arm. This is the long arm guy. And then look at the kid with the mask right here. This is literally the CP0 guy. It was CP0, right? In Wano? These are literally the same people. This was the guy with the mask. This was the long arm guy. Interestingly, there's like a sheep kid right here. Or is this like a panda? We got Wing Wei in the chat. So, Carmel's house, they could raise Cypher Pole agents. Why are the super chats quiet? They could raise Cypher Pole agents. They could raise maybe that there's a distinction. Maybe like all of the kids that are from royalty that end up in Sheep's house, they become holy knights. But if you're not royalty blood, you become a celestial dragon. You become a Cypher Pole agent. Dude, my brain, bro, it's just word salad, brain salad. My brain, my words are all over the place. I cannot speak precisely for the life of me. If you are in Mother Carmel's sheep's house, the house of lambs, whatever, and you have celestial dragon blood, if you have royalty blood, you become a holy knight. But if you don't, you probably become a Cypher Pole agent. And then Wong Woki with another 10. God bless you, brother. Thank you, Wong Woki. He says, this character is a dragon. 2024 was Year of the Dragon. This Holy Knight is a tribute to Toriyama, my headcanon. Hey, nothing wrong with that. Oda probably wanted to add him sooner, but he was just constrained with time. You know, like, he just couldn't put this character in soon enough. Because isn't this guy supposed to be a celestial? Or isn't this guy supposed to be, because is like the Kirin a dragon? Because it's kind of like a deer thing, right? Is Kirin considered a dragon? Like a dragon horse? Yeah, he has scales like a dragon. It's like a dragon horse. Right? It's a legendary beast. It's like a dragon horse. This is like Kaido X Speed.
Oh my god, bro.
Kaido X Speed. They created Killingham. New agenda. New agenda. Kaido got with Speed and they made Killingham, and then they hid the fact that Killingham is not royalty blood. Yeah. See, Smokey, we cook on this stream, bro. Shout out to the brother. Thank you so much, Smokey. So many super chats. God bless you, brother. And then we got the one and only young Usopp with the 2. God bless you, brother. He said, can the sheep dude, I think you meant to say, or is, or in? Can the sheep dude in Mary from Syrup Village? Wait. Can the sheep dude, can he be Mary? Oh, you're saying, this kid in the background, you're saying he's Mary from Syrup Village? Bro, that'd be wild. This is Mary from Syrup Village. Mary One Piece. Yo, would that work? Ah, but you know what? Their ears are different. Yo. They're twins. Chat, new agenda. These guys are twins, man. This guy's like he has like panda ears, bro. See, like that's the problem. One has like black ears, like panda ears. Is he a panda? Is he not a sheep? Is he a panda? Panda Man! Panda Man! Panda Man! Panda Man! Panda Man! Panda Man! Let's go! Let's go. Wong Woki with another 5, brother. God bless you. Thank you so much, Smokey. Please look up the Pokemon Spectre and Glacier, horse-like and legendary Pokemon Xerneas. Okay, I know about Glacier, but what the hell is Spectre? Is that like a new Pokemon? Spectre. Ah, Keatingham. Ooh. How about this? Is there a Pokemon based on Keating? Suicune. Yeah, bro. How could we forget Suicune? All my where are my Johto boys in the chat? Where are my Johto boys in the chat? So Suicune, check me out, Smokey. I know you said Spectre, and you also said Xerneas. Xerneas, really? That's from Pokemon X and Y, right? Interesting. Yo, hear me out though. Hear me out though, Smokey. Because Suicune is directly based off of the Kirin. Hear me out. Hear me out. He's literally based off the Kirin. What do you think, Smokey? What do you think? What do you think? Look, they even have, he has the horns. You see the horns? The horns on the head. You got the big hair. Oh, look at the white thing that's wrapped around his body, which, by the way, now would be a good time to talk about this. Now would be a good time to talk about this. What's good, Don? I started Kanto in the 90s. Sheesh, you are OG. Hey, I'm not going to lie. Pokemon Emerald, better than Fire Red, Leaf Green. I got to point that out. Emerald, low diffs, Fire Red, Leaf Green. Soul Silver, God tier Pokemon game. With that being said, guys, if you guys weren't here for this, and if you guys haven't noticed this, did you guys notice that Saint Killingham has the white cloud around his body? What does that mean? My argument is that white, is it Hagoromo? White Hagoromo is of a good, heavenly, divine nature, but the black cloud, the black Hagoromo, whatever you call it, is of a dark, evil nature. That's my argument. Because think about Luffy. He is obviously good, divine. I don't even think that's worth explaining. If someone thinks that Luffy's of evil nature, I don't know what manga you're reading. So we got that confirmed with Luffy. Secondly, the Kirin, right? This legendary beast that Killingham's based off of, the Kirin. It's literally a heavenly, good nature beast. Like it's of goodness. It's heavenly. Let me see if I could find a page for it. Like Kilin, right? Kilin, Kirin, however you want to pronounce it. It's supposed to be of divine nature. It was one of the 4 divine creatures. Let me see if I could find the word good. Heaven. I forgot where I read it. I don't even think it was this webpage. But he's known as a protector. Like he's a protector of like a future good king and stuff like that. Like he's of good nature. Then think about Yamato. Yamato has the white clouds, right? Yamato is a guardian, right? The guardian of Wano. Let me see if I could find like a good panel of Yamato. Let me see. Yamato would be another example. I can't find a good panel, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Yamato, she has the white cloud. So my argument is that when we see the white clouds, that lets you know that the character, or at least their monster form, their devil fruit, whatever it is good in nature. Right? Like right here, right? White, I guess. Black, right? Evil nature. This is a better one, right? Right? White cloud. So, with that being said, if all of the characters have a divine good nature when they have a white Hagoromo, why does a Holy Knight have a white Hagoromo? Is he gonna turn? Is he gonna say, you know what? I'm going against the will of my monster form. I'm going against the will of my devil fruit. I'm supposed to be a guardian. I'm supposed to be divine. I'm supposed to be good. Why am I serving the dragons, celestial dragons? So, hey, this could be a traitor. He could turn his back. It might not even have to be the Elbaf arc. Maybe in the future, he's like, you know what? Why should I be a Holy Knight? Why should I serve the Celestial Dragons? I'm literally supposed to be the Kirin. Why am I serving evil? Why am I serving deceit? Worldwide deceit. So that's something to think about, guys. It's something to think about. Because if we're going to sit, and notice how I pitched that to you. Because if we're going to sit here talking about why do some people have white Hagoromo and then others have black? When we come to that conclusion, it's going to tell us about Killingham. Because he has white. So is he going to go against his nature? His nature as the Kirin, right? Whether it's a monster form because of a ritual or a devil fruit, is supposed to be good. But he's not serving good. He's not serving Nika. In fact, he's serving the epitome of evil, which would be Emu.
Young Smoke Eve $17 tipped $20. This convo just makes me wanna chat with you about SBS 110. You can talk about nature and I can talk about what we spoke about earlier on, who is actually awakened. I still wanna talk about Yamato and Kaido and this Holy Knight, your point tied into mine.
I know. Shout out to Smokey with the $20 text-to-speech, the $20 dono. God bless you. Thank you times 10 million for using Stream Elements, brother. Thank you so much support today from you, Smokey, whether it's Stream Elements, Super Chat, all of that. God bless you times 10 million, your family, your friends. Thank you, brother. Now, here's the thing, Smokey. I purposely avoided that SBS so I could pass you the slam dunk. All right? Because guys, we're gonna do open mic when we get through this chapter, and the first one that's gonna be in the open mic is Smokey. Not because he's paying to win, it's not because it's pay to win, but because he's been ready to do an open mic for several days now. So I reserved Smokey a spot. Now I want you guys to not forget all of this stuff that I'm talking about: the Killingham, his character, the Kirin, or Killin, however you want to pronounce it, the Hagoromos. Chat, don't forget about any of this, okay? Hold on to all of that in your mind, because Smokey is gonna drop a slam dunk on your head. All right, I purposely left something out because it's his take, it's his theory. I'm not gonna steal that and take his shine. But when we get to the open mic portion, he's gonna drop a nuke. He's gonna drop a truth nuke. All right. Thank you so much for that $20 dono, but I do believe you also super chatted. L with the $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. God bless you, L. Pokemon Yellow version clears. I've never played Pokemon Yellow. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. My first Pokemon game, I think it was Sapphire. I played it for like a day, and then I got Ruby. And I played it for like a month. Then I got Emerald and just exclusively played Emerald. Then, so I went from Sapphire only a tiny bit to Ruby for a little bit. Then I went to Emerald hardcore. Then I went to Pokemon Diamond. I remember I pre-ordered Diamond. It was, bro, I'll never forget that. They gave you like the special pouch. They gave you like all these extra toys. I remember I was like 12 going to GameStop. I pre-ordered it. Then I got Platinum. Then, of course, Pokemon Soul Silver, one of the greatest games ever. Pokemon Soul Silver, amazing, spectacular game. That game holds up till today. I don't care what anyone says. Soul Silver is hands down one of the best Pokemon games, period, bro. Then, what came after that, guys? I got Black, Black 2. Dude, so I would say I'm a Gen 3er because I do like Fire Red and I love Emerald, but I'm not gonna lie. Black 2 and Scarlet and Violet are so good. And I'm a Gen 3er. I love Gen 3. I've played Emerald front to back a trillion times, bro. I could play Emerald and Fire Red with my eyes closed. You could put a blindfold on me, I'll beat the game. But I will tell you, Black 2, White 2, spectacular games. I also I pre-ordered Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. I had a Blue Rescue Team. I think Blue Rescue Team was for DS and then Red Rescue Team was for Game Boy. I think that's what it was. I pre-ordered that. I loved Pokemon Mystery Dungeon. That was great. The first ones. I didn't play the later ones though. Pokemon Snap is cool, I guess. I don't know. I feel like Pokemon Snap is like, you'll play it for a few days and you'll kind of move on. But I mean, Emerald, bro. Soul Silver, doing the ROM hacks, Emerald's Kaizo, randomizers, Nuzlocks. Oh, man. Emerald and Soul Silver, just out of this world. I love Black 2, White 2. I'm not going to lie. Black 2, White 2, spectacular, bro. Spectacular. And I'm a Gen 3er, and I will tell you, Black 2, White 2, multiple generations later, amazing games. I love those games. But again, shout out to L. Maybe I should play Yellow. There's this guy on YouTube. I was watching his videos just out of curiosity yesterday. Apparently, he remastered Pokemon Yellow, where he added a bunch of quality of life changes to the game, not to make it easier or broken or anything like that, but he added a bunch of quality of life changes to Yellow, Crystal, and Emerald. So maybe I'll have to try remastered Yellow because, you know, I'm pretty sure Yellow, since it's such an old game, you know, it doesn't have those quality of life changes. You know, it's really old and, you know, all this stuff like that. But anyways, shout out to L and Smokey. Smokey with another 10. Thank you, brother. God bless you, Smokey. I don't know why. Why are the super chats muted? For some reason, the super chats have no sounds. There's no sounds with them. How long has it been like that, guys? All right, let's get through this super chat right here, and then I do want to talk about Saint Briss because I know people were asking about that a lot earlier. But God bless you, Smokey. He says Totodile is my favorite starter of all time. It's literally an alligator / crocodile. Do you know how many apex predators kill humans? These guys are cool. No slander tolerated. I mean, Chikorita is trash.
Simon tipped $2. Snivy best starter. What's her favorite starter?
Okay, God bless you, Simon. Thank you, brother. I'm gonna respond to Smokey and Simon at the same time because it's kind of like the same response anyways. Look, what I'm gonna say is Chikorita is trash. Every time I pick up Typhlosion, I regret it. I was watching a tier list on in-game Pokemon, right? For every single generation, and Totodile is actually the best. When you look at all the gyms, and then you look at all the E4, and the champion, it's clear that like for Johto, Totodile is the best one. So, hey, I'm just putting that out there. Go look at all the gyms. Go look at how long it takes to level up all the starters, all their movesets. Totodile's the best for Johto. So I have to agree, Smokey. I don't know if I like Snivy. I'm not even gonna lie, Simon. As much as I like Black 2, White 2, I don't like the starters. I mean, I love Black 2, White 2, but the starters suck, bro. I see, if I'm playing Black 2, White 2, I'm getting Excadrill. I'm getting what's the other one? What's the other one? Excadrill is the mole with the knife thing, like the mole. What's the other one? I think he's like a ground type. Crocodile in Black 2, White 2 is amazing. Is that who I was thinking of? I think that's who I was thinking of. But my favorite starter of all time, Smokey and Simon, thank you both. My favorite starter of all time, easy answer. Easy answer. Easy. It's Infernape, bro. Infernape is broken. He is so broken. Go play Diamond, Pearl, Platinum with Infernape. He's busted. Fire fighting, and then you could throw like other types on the rest of his moveset. His speed and his attack. Bro, Infernape is...
Tipped $5. We squirt squad over here. Big man Blastoise.
We squirt squaddle over here, big Blastoise. Hey, Blastoise is very consistent. Like, if I love Charizard, but if you go Blastoise, very consistent. Think about the first gym in Kanto. It's Brock. You just negative diff, low diff Brock. He's completely wiped off the map. Then sure, you gotta go against Misty, but like a Wartortle versus Misty's not that bad, you know? I think Blastoise is super consistent. You can't go wrong with water types. As far as I understand, what do you call it? Blastoise, he's pretty tanky, you know? Blastoise is a consistent pick, but I do love some Charizard. I hardly ever go grass, bro. I think like most of the time grass is trash when you compare to the other ones. Like, who's gonna go Venusaur instead of Blastoise or Charizard? Who's gonna go Chikorita instead of like Feraligatr? Like, grass is trash, bro. I will choose Swampert over Sceptile any day of the week, bro. Any day of the week. And I want to see who disagrees with that, so I could roast you in chat and trigger you, call you bad words, and make you leave the stream. Who in their right mind says, yeah, I'm gonna play Pokemon Emerald and I'm not gonna choose the broken, busted Swampert. I'm gonna choose Sceptile. Bro, what? Swampert is ridiculous. But here's the funny thing. I don't want to go too... Guys, we're going on like the longest rant. We're going on the longest tangent about Pokemon. This is a Pokemon stream. Look, I'm going to just end it here, right? Let me just say one final thing. Then we're going to move on. We have to move on, actually, because we still need to talk about St. Somers' Mark and St. Briss. But let me just make one final point. You would think, oh, well, Hoenn, Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald... There's so much water. So isn't Sceptile really good? Like for Hoenn, because there's so much water? You go to those water routes, Tentacruel, poison type with his water. You go on those water routes, Wingull and Pelipper, a flying type. You even if you have Sceptile, you're literally on all the water routes. There's so many dual types, which grass wouldn't even be like worth it. You know, electric would like always be better. Like, you go against a Tentacruel, oh wait, he's also poison. You go against a Wingull, oh, he's also flying. You go against a Pelipper, oh, he's flying. So it's actually hilarious that you would think that with all those water routes in Hoenn, that Sceptile would be clutch. But then like you go to those water routes and they're all dual types. So it's just, to me, that's so funny. But shout out to Smokey, shout out to Simon, shout out to the big boy L. I'm going Feraligatr. I'm going Blastoise. I'm going I love Blaziken, but Swampert, I'm not gonna lie, is more consistent. Swampert is broken in Emerald. He's so broken in Hoenn. When you look at all the gyms in the E4, Swampert's the way. I'm going what do you call it? What's the one after? Infernape?
Simon tipped $2. Of course Azoro Glazer would pick Infernape. I'm disappointed in you 333 Vil.
Bro. Infernape is so much better than what? Torterra? Empoleon is garbage. You know what's funny? When you look at each generation, right? And then you look at all the gyms and the E4 in each generation, it's actually crazy because most gens, it's better to pick the water starter. He's way more consistent when you look at all the gyms and their Pokemon, and then the E4 and all their Pokemon. Water is almost always the better consistent pick. But then when you go to Sinnoh, Empoleon is trash. Of course I'm going to go Infernape, bro. Torterra is like meh. I'm going Infernape, bro. The Monkey King, bro. Wukong. That's Luffy right there. Bro, you can't tell me Infernape isn't Luffy. He's literally Sun Wukong Monkey. Monkey D. Luffy, bro. Like, I wish Empoleon had, like, a better moveset and was stronger. It's not that his design sucks or anything. It's just, like, his moveset, his stats is just... You know what? That should make me a Luffy glazer, if anything. Smokey with the 10. God bless you, brother. Simon, Infernape is based on Wukong, a.k.a. Luffy. So what's Zoro got to do with it? Back to Pokemon school for you. Exactly. That's... Bro, Smokey, me and you, we're on the same wavelength. We're on the same wavelength. That's a Luffy pick right there. See? Simon would slander the Infernape pick because Simon is anti-Luffy. Like a bozo. Lyman. Lyman. All right, guys, listen. Enough of the Pokemon. I love talking Pokemon, but we got to get back on track, okay, guys? I love the Pokemon talk. Trust me, I really do. I could literally sit here for hours talking about Pokemon, but we got to get back to the One Peak, okay? So you guys were talking about Saint Briss. What chapter, guys? What chapter is the whole Saint Briss thing? I think you guys said 279 or something like that. Because I'm pretty sure Saint Briss had the same logo, or at least a super similar logo as to what we saw on 218 on Saint Somers' arm. Shout out to Vincent, 219 page 6. And of course, oh, another super chat from Smokey. God bless you. Another 10 just going bonkers. God bless you. Thank you, brother. There are less than 5 fire type species in Sinnoh. Better pick Infernape. Yeah, that's true. Sinnoh has almost no fire types for some reason. I don't know what they were smoking. And like, even when you look at the fire types that you can choose from, like they're not that great. Infernape is like the best one. So if you want a fire type in Sinnoh, you gotta pick Infernape. You know, sometimes I like to not even use the starter. I'll use it at the very beginning because you literally have no choice. But sometimes I like to just go like full competitive team. I like to look at like the Uber Pokemon or OU Pokemon and then just play with those through the regular game and just not even bother with my starter. But yeah, Smokey, that's 100% true. That is 100% true. All right, guys. So Vincent, you said it's chapter 219, but it says chapter 218 here. Let's check chapter 218 and then we can move forward. Wait, how the hell is it 218? Let's see. If it's not 218, okay, so it is 218. So guys, interestingly enough, look at this symbol right here. This is almost identical. Is this the mast? Wait, let me look at this. Yeah, this is the mast. This is the mast. This is their icon for Saint Briss. So we got to wonder, why is this ship called Saint if it's not affiliated with Celestial Dragons, chat? You see this? Saint Briss, Saint Garling, Saint Killingham, Saint Summers, Saint Charlos. Better make no jokes about that. So isn't it kind of weird that like Summers has the same icon on his elbow? Is that like the mark? You know, when we read at the end of chapter 218 or 218 at the end of chapter 1040, how like you need the mark or whatever to go through the abyss. Is this the mark that they're talking about? That's the $1 million question. And because you know what's interesting, guys, or maybe like Saint Briss. Well, is Saint Briss, like, do we think Briss is like a family name? Do we think it's the name of the captain, or do we think it's just the name of the ship? What do we think? The name of the ship? The name of the crew? Dude, this logo is identical. It is the same thing. I'm not talking, guys, I'm not talking about these outer triangles, the ones that are further from the center. I'm not talking about those. I'm talking about the center right here, this center is the exact same thing. And who do we see this on, chat? Who do we see this on? A saint. A saint. It's on a saint's arm. A saint, a holy knight, a saint has the same icon as Saint Briss. There's clearly a connection there. Guys, if you have any theories, any points, any takes about this, any kind of ideas, now's your time to drop an answer, a response in the chat, guys. Wonk Wokey with the 20 bomb. Thank you so much, brother. God bless you, Smokey. Thank you for massive support today, brother. Smokey says, Summers has both symbols combined and tattooed, like could be a Saint Jupiter royal ship, or a daughter or ship dies. Saint Summers Jupiter. So what I was thinking, Smokey, is he comes from the Shepherd family. Is Saint Briss the ship of the Shepherd family? Like, does the Shepherd family have their own ship? What do you think? Because Jupiter, like how you said, right? Like how you said, Jupiter. I know a Jew named Peter. A Jew named Peter. No, but he comes from the Shepherd family, right? So surely they're related. Guys, can we say it's confirmed that they're related? Because how would there be two different Shepherd families in Marie-Joie? These guys that care so much about races, so much about bloodlines, so much about royalty, so much about family. Surely if Summers is from the Shepherd family, and then Jupiter is from a Shepherd family, then they're related, right? Can we say that's confirmed? Because if we can, then we could build from there. What do we think, guys? What do we think? Let me see some answers in chat. But yeah, daughter or wife dying. Yeah, because let's pull that up actually. Because so earlier this stream actually, I said that we saw the icon when it was floating up to that ball with Yarouge. That's not what it actually was. This was the moment when they went underwater and they saw the photo. So earlier in the stream when I said, we saw the icon that's similar to the logo on Summers' arm. We saw it when Yarouge got sucked up into the sky on that ball. That's not true. It was the falling ship, right? Yeah, because so they go underwater, right? And then we see a picture frame of a girl. Was it the very next chapter? When did they go underwater? Wait, did I just go back a chapter? What, guys, what chapter did they go underwater and grab the picture frame? Okay, it's right around here. Okay. So Saint Briss. This would at least have to be related to the Celestial Dragons. At minimum, this ship is related to them. Oh, look, it's a map of the world. I never realized that. This is a map of the world. You see Grand Line? Look, Reverse Mountain right here. Look, you can see the X. Reverse Mountain. Grand Line. This. Saint Briss. Was this picture frame Summers' wife, Smokey? Was this picture frame his wife? Saint Briss, a ship that is literally Saint, which should be reserved to Holy Knights, Gorsei Celestial Dragons, has the same icon for its flag that we see on Summers' arm. Is this girl his daughter or his wife? Interestingly enough, this is like a woman, right? This isn't really like a child. So maybe it's his wife. This is like an old picture of his wife. Look at that, Saint Bliss. Look, Saint Bliss with a treasure chest. Wasn't Shanks found in a treasure chest? Wait, did they? Oh, they never took the... Oh, the treasure chest was empty, right? This is a banana. But yeah, Smokey, it's something to think about. Something to think about, bro. And L with the 2. God bless you, brother. Thank you. L says, Saint Brice was previously a holy knight. See? It, like, L, I would have to agree on the basis that, at the minimum, this ship is related to celestial dragons, which, by the way, look at the figurehead of the ship. It's a dragon. Celestial dragons? Destroyed by a sea turtle. We haven't seen, wait. Oh, we did see a turtle, right? Briss is French, meaning breakage, befitting its condition. I didn't know that. But yeah, Saint Brice being like a former holy knight is really interesting. Or even just like some form of a celestial dragon. Because the saints in One Piece are reserved for celestial dragons. Whether you're a holy knight, a Gorosei, or even not, or neither of them. You could still be a saint. Charlos isn't a holy knight or a Gorosei. He's still a saint. It's reserved for them. So if the ship is Saint Brice, right? And then on top of that, it has the logo that we literally see on Summers' arm. That should tell you something. Shout out to the boy L. And Smokey with another 20 bomb. Smokey, bro. Thank you, brother. God bless Smokey. Thank you. He said, I'm thinking that St. Summers commanded that flagship and he had someone important die on that ship with important information on Lily, spreading poneglyphs, but they died on the way back. St. Summers and Jupiter are related. So here's some context, right? I gotta give Smokey, I gotta give you in the chat some context. We have to understand and realize that Saint Brice is falling from the sky. So does that mean that the Holy Knights, Gorosei, the Celestial Dragons, sent a ship up to Skypiea? Because it fell out of the sky. It fell out of the sky. So was the Gorosei planning on doing something at Skypiea and it didn't work out? But here's what confuses me is the Holy Knights can teleport. The Holy Knights, at the least, the Gorosei, they could teleport. Maybe they didn't have a place that they could teleport to Skypiea. Maybe they didn't have like a zone or like a checkpoint. They had to go there on ship. Because that is important context. Why is this ship falling from the sky? Look at this. This just makes me think pirate. You know? But yeah, Smokey, there's a lot to think about, man. I do agree with you, though. I don't find it likely that there's two different shepherd families in the Celestial Dragons. I don't buy that. So if this guy is shepherd family and Jupiter is shepherd family, they got to be related then. Cousins, uncle, nephew, father, son, brother. They got to be related. You know? And one Wokey with another 5. Thank you, brother. God bless you, Smokey. forgive me if I'm wrong. Wasn't there a poneglyph on Skypiea? Maybe they were recovering it. Not a road poneglyph though. Yeah, there was a road poneglyph on Skypiea. It was the golden one. There was a golden road poneglyph on Skypiea. Did my camera just... Uh-oh. Guys, my camera just shut off. And it caught me at a very unflattering moment. What the hell's going on with my camera? Yo, guys, are we good? Chat, are we good? Wait, what's going on? Bro, what's happening? What is happening? Bro, what the hell? My camera just disabled. What is going on? Hold on, guys. We're gonna fix this. We're gonna fix this. My camera just shut off out of nowhere. Bro, what the hell? Oh no. My camera is not responding. What's good, Jacob Harrison?
L tipped $2. That frame where it froze is memeable AF.
Ha ha ha, dude. Yo.